What's going on, everybody? I'm Primalliquid, and welcome back to the impossible challenge for Final Fantasy X. Guys, we are making some good progress. Obviously, in the last one, we did discuss the super big time save that we are going to be experiencing. However, unfortunately, we do still need a confuse-proof armor. We weren't lucky enough to get it in the last one, but hey, that's okay. Sometimes these things happen. Hopefully we'll get it in this one. We just need a confuse proof armor either for Kimari, Waka, or Tidus. That is all we need. We do have 47 petrify grenades because obviously we did not save at the end of the last stream because we didn't get it. So we still have a nice little quantity to use. Hopefully it ends up working out for us. If not, then you know it just kind of sucks. But hey, that's just the way it goes sometimes, right? It's like we are fully at the mercy of RNG now, unfortunately. And of course, I am going to also address the elephant in the room. So obviously part 51 and 52, or was it 52 and 53? You know what, let's have a quick look actually, because I can't remember which part this is. So it was 52 and 53, so this is part 54. In 52 and 53, I did discuss about how, you know, I had like nothing planned last week and I was going to record a boatload of these videos. Just because obviously once we get to the end of August, I'm going to be doing MGS. Then in September, obviously there's going to be Borderlands 4, there's going to be FF Tactics. So unfortunately, the 10 Alphabet Challenge will take a little bit of a backseat to other content for a little bit. Just because, you know, I'm really looking forward to all three of these games. And of course, newer games do typically perform better content-wise. So, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. But obviously, you guys did not get spammed on Ko-Fi and YouTube memberships. So why? What happened? What was the problem? So TLDR, what days was I off last week? Let me give you guys an actual like timeline here while doing this. Where's my calendar? Calendar. Okay, so last week, obviously, we had Nanoprimal's birthday on the Saturday. So my initial plan was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to do a bunch of recording. Now, unfortunately, that did not happen. Why? My PC decided to laugh at me and say, here's some problems for you. So it's full-blown Corsair issue. Basically, at the time, I didn't know this. I just thought all my PC cooling just completely died on me, pretty much. So that was like CPU cooler, all the case fans, everything. So on the Monday night was the first issue with it. I'd actually just recorded... Yeah, I think I just recorded part 53, or I was just about to sit down and record like part 54, so this part. It was one of the two. And out of nowhere, the PC just completely shut itself off. So I was there, you know, sort of scratching my head like, huh, that's weird. Okay, what happened? So I turned it back on. And it seemed fine, you know, no B-SOD. Oh, Lucid Ring. That's going to be confuse proof, but it's the wrong character, unfortunately. But yeah, so I turned it back on. It was fine. There was no error reports. There was no like crash logs. It just turned on as normal. It didn't need to do like any of the Windows repairs or anything like that. So I did what's called an SFC scan, which basically is just like an integrity check, right? It checks all the Windows files, makes sure there's no corruption or anything like that. If there is any corruption, it fixes it. Now, that came back. There was, you know, a little bit of corruption, so that fixed it. And I was like, okay, so it was just the PC shitting the bed. It's fine. We will carry on. So fast forward to Tuesday. So Tuesday was a day I had literally nothing planned. right? I had literally nothing planned. We streamed Monday night. That was a good stream. So Tuesday comes around and I'm like, right, we're gonna crack on. I'm gonna just spend like 10 hours straight recording this. Within 30 minutes of turning the PC on, all the RGB in the case went off, all the fans shut down other than like the GPU fan, and the CPU just instantly spiked up to like 95 degrees. So at that point it started to obviously thermal throttle, and I'm just like, what is going on here? Why is this happening? So I was like, okay, maybe corruption again. Did another scan, that came back clear. So I'm like, oh, like what's going on? So I started to, just randomly test it a bit. So I started, really stressing it. I was running benchmarks for both CPU, GPU, both together, and it was fine. So it was handling the stress tests, no problem whatsoever. So I was like, okay, this is getting weird now. This is getting really, really weird. So I just left it, right? I just left it. And then like as I was watching it, I was just sort of like leaving it at idle, just general browsing, because obviously when things like that are happening, I don't want to push it with games, with rendering, with recording or anything like that. I just want a simple workload to see sort of what happens, because obviously if the PC crashes mid recording session, then things can go horribly wrong with corruption and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a case of let's just hopefully find out what's going on with this. I left it for maybe an hour and a half at this point, and then it did it again. So I was like, right, what's going on here? What is the actual issue? Now, me being, rather a techie person, I was like, oh, this is gonna be fine. It's gonna be a simple little fix, maybe a loose cable, maybe my USB header on the motherboard's dead. Because obviously, if you don't know, with Corsair, you don't just connect it all to the motherboard, because Corsair are just, imagine the worst word possible. That is what Corsair is, unfortunately. They have all their own little dodgy connectors, so you have to get like their hubs. Basically, I've got a Commander Pro on the PC, and I also have the new Link hub that they unfortunately do. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just the USB header. So I tried flipping that. Same issue, unfortunately. I should say, when I was looking at IQ, like the worst program ever in the entire world, that was not showing my CPU cooler at any point during all of these issues. So I was like, oh, has my CPU cooler died? But then obviously with the RGB and the fans going off as well, it sort of meant, no, the issue is bigger than that. So I was like, right, okay, something's going on. I flipped the USB cables around on the internal USB headers. Same issue, only now the Commander Pro was also not recognized. So I was like, oh no, my motherboard's dying. I was like, right, what can I do here? What can I do? And then I sort of started to look up issues and found out that the IQ Link, so one of the little hubs that all the fans and the cooler connects to, I found out that they're actually pretty dodgy. They are not reliable whatsoever. I found issues with IQ. So it was like hundreds of different things it could be, basically. So in the end, I was like, right, okay, you know what? This is not the first time I've had issues with Corsair and with IQ. So I was like, right, I obviously need this for work. Yeah, like I need this for YouTube. I need this for Twitch. I need this PC literally rock solid stable. How can I relieve these issues? My solution, I kid you not, I took out like £400 worth of fans and adapters. Well, I say adapters, I mean like the Commander Pro and the IQ Link. I took all of them out, and now I've basically replaced that with an Arctic Freezer CPU cooler, which is great because it also cools the VRM. Super good. Like straight off the bat, that is 10 degrees cooler on the CPU. As another benefit as well, my thermal paste was actually getting a little bit hard. I know like the non-tech people are just going to be super bored with this conversation as well. Don't worry, we're nearly done. But yeah, so I reapplied some Thermal Grizzly, so that is also great as well. If you don't know, Thermal Grizzly, super good. Definitely the best thermal paste. 100% recommended if you are a tech user. It is hands down by far the best. I might put a little bit too much on this time, but hey, it's fine. You know, you can never have too much. It's like, I know some people right now are rolling their eyes like, of course you can have too much. No, it's already been tested and proven God knows how many times. Too much does not make much of a difference. And even if there was too much, it was only a little bit too much, so it's totally fine. But yeah, like the CPU is running super cool now. It's like right now I'm obviously recording, we've got the game going. My CPU is at 45 degrees. Previously I was between 50 and 60 degrees at idle. That is the kind of difference we are talking about right now. It is heavenly. And then I've replaced all of the case fans with, I can't even remember the make. It's like a reverse blade. Oh, what are they called? Lian Li. Yeah, Lian Li. So I've replaced all the case fans with them. I got like another fan hub, just like a regular fan hub. So now everything is connected to the actual fan headers on the motherboard as well. So one, it's easier to monitor. Two, if something goes wrong, it's just like a quick fix. You know what I mean? It's a super easy plug and play fix essentially. So yeah, I've basically removed all of those issues right now. So hopefully we should be good. Hopefully we should be good. That's the general plan anyway. So yeah, that is sort of what I did on the Wednesday. It's like I went out Wednesday morning. So I spent all day Tuesday sort of testing and waiting for results on that, and then by the time I actually found everything, it was too late to, you know, get replacement parts on that. So Wednesday morning, what I did is I woke up, I ordered the replacement parts, and while I was waiting for them to obviously, you know, be packed and all that for me to go and collect them, I stripped everything out. Got back, I should have attacked with blocker there. Got back, installed it all, and then I had like maybe an hour to test it while I was eating before I put it through its paces and did a stream. Because we did do a stream Wednesday night. We played Expedition 33, which I am loving. It is such a good game. Hands down, amazing game. If you've not played Expedition 33, 100% do it. I am doing a blind playthrough on stream. And dude, I'm in love. I'm already in love. We also are being super strict about spoilers, which thankfully everybody who's tuning in is really being good about. No one is trying to troll or anything like that and actually spoil the game, so I'm getting to enjoy it perfectly, which is amazing. And then of course, obviously, we do have the mods anyway who can go around deleting comments and ban users that do try and spoil. But yeah, we're having some good fun, honestly. It's a super good game. We did a stream on it last night. Well, I say last night. Last night for me. Because today is the 19th of August. Yeah, the 19th of August. So we've been having tons and tons of fun with that. Yesterday was like the first full stream I had on Expedition 33. Because the first stream we did the big announcement. We unboxed a huge amount of FF and MTG cards, which we actually got some amazing cards, so there are some very good reactions in that. Then we played Expedition 33 for the first time. Then we obviously had the issues, so we had a smaller stream after that, like a 2-hour stream, and that just to really test the computer out after the replacement parts were in. So last night was the first full stream, and oh my god, guys, honestly, I am in love with the game. I am actually in love with the game. It's been so long since I've gotten into a game like I have with this, because you have to think, right? You have to think. When it comes to gaming, for me, I'm slightly different than the regular user, right? Like for me, obviously being a YouTuber and a streamer and stuff like that, playing games for me is it's essentially work, right? It's essentially work. So there's always that little. There's always that little bit where sometimes you can get to the point where it's like, I don't know, you see all the hype and you're just like, yeah, it's not going to be that good, you know? And then you go into the game and you're sort of slugging through it and you're just not really enjoying yourself. That happens more often than you might think, right? So there is that little bit of tediousness, because it's not like we get to just sit down in a quiet environment and really enjoy the game the first time, because obviously we're making content. our aim with content is to make you guys, the viewer, enjoy yourself. Whereas this time, we're sort of doing both. You know what I mean? We're sort of doing both. Cutscenes are nice and quiet. You know, I'm not really talking. Nobody is having problems with me not talking during cutscenes. We're all enjoying them. We are all enjoying the OST. Nobody's spoiling anything or things coming up. Everybody's laughing at me making horribly funny mistakes and just really dumb comments. I make a lot of dumb comments on stream. It's like, you guys think I do dumb things on these sorts of videos? Oh, no, 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 no. It is hilarious on stream, because you got to think, like, on stream, in real time, I can obviously talk to people and I can bounce off of them and what they're saying. So yeah, there's some hilarious things that happen on stream, man. It is truly, truly a blessing. But yeah, we're having so much fun with Expedition. It is unreal. I honestly strongly recommend, if you guys can, definitely check out the streams, whether that be the VODs or you join us live. Like, if we are streaming live, then we always start at 7 p.m. UK time, and that typically goes for like 3 hours. We do have goals and incentives to obviously extend that to 4, 5, 6 or 7 hours and so on and so forth. But yeah, typically it's like a 3-hour stream, and dude, it's so good. Obviously, you know, I know people are busy. Not everybody can always make the streams. That's perfectly fine. If you can't make the streams but you still want to watch and have some fun, then you can. All you have to do is go to the channel. So like, click on my actual username to go to the channel page and just click where it says live. I think it says live anyway. Hang on, let me just do a view channel. Yeah, so all you literally have to do is right below my giant logo on the channel page, it says home, video, shorts, live. Just click live and it's literally right there at the very top. All of my Expedition 33 stuff is right there at the top. 100% go check it out. I think you will really, really enjoy it for sure. It's like, we've been having so much fun, and the OST is amazing. I'm gonna actually buy the OST next month, because that is crazy good, man. One of the best OSTs I've heard, like, in a very, very, very long time, to be honest. So yeah, highly recommend checking it out if you actually can. All right. With that said, though, what is the actual plan now for Alphabet? So obviously I mentioned once we get to the end of August, it's going to be very, very difficult, you know, because MGS, Borderlands 4, FF Tactics. So what is the actual issue? Well, there is no real issue. What is the actual plan? Unfortunately, things are getting a little bit hectic. And what I don't mean hectic as in, oh, I've got no time for anything. No, I don't mean anything like that. So what I mean by hectic is, today specifically is honestly a little bit of a busy day for me. It is now 10:30 a.m. I had to drop my car off at the garage this morning for its service and a diagnostic because I'm having issues with it. Yay, car's not even 12 months old and it's giving me issues. I know, it's great. So that's going to be a fun one. And then I've actually got the dentist in 3.5 hours. Yeah, 3.5 hours. So I have no idea sort of what state I'm going to be in after that. I'm booked in for just a regular checkup, but I do think I need a filling because I do have like a cracked tooth. So I don't know whether he's sort of going to do anything with that today or just boot me in again. I've not got a clue. It's kind of 50-50 with my dentist with what he does, to be fair. So yeah, I might or might not be in a state that I can really talk after that. And then obviously I've got to pick the car up at some point, and I also need to dye my beard pink. Yes, you heard that right. You heard that right. I need to dye my beard pink. I've already got the green hair, and yeah, we need to get the pink beard to match it. I am going to look absolutely amazing. 100% I'm going to look amazing. It's like I already pulled the green hair off pretty damn good, man. I do definitely pull green hair off pretty freaking good. So with the pink beard, I don't know, it's gonna be an interesting sight, that is for sure. And then after that, I don't know. Today is sort of one of those we're gonna see what happens sort of deals, you know what I mean? Tomorrow, which is what, dude, what even day is it? So is today Monday or Tuesday? I think today is Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? Today is Tuesday. Yes. Okay. So yeah, today is Tuesday. So tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm actually gonna have pretty much all day. Like, I'm gonna be a little busy after 5 p.m. But yeah, like tomorrow I have like all day from when I get up. So we're gonna crack a good bunch out for sure. After 5, I don't actually know what the plan is. I might, depending on how many I get during the day done, or sort of where we are at after that, I might do some more. I've not got like tomorrow night fully planned out yet, unfortunately. Thursday, I'll probably do a bunch more during the day, and then I'm streaming Thursday night. And then obviously from Friday onwards, I am back at work for 4 nights. And then, what day do I finish? I can't actually remember what day I finish. I finish on Tuesday morning, so that is kind of like right before MGS. Well, actually, that's when MGS Early Access starts. So yeah, I've basically got this week. Right, okay. That's an interesting one. That's actually threw a bit of a wrench into my plans, unfortunately. It's okay though. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We can make that work. We can make that work. Because obviously I wanna get enough content for Alphabet ready while I do MGS and Borderlands and Tactics and stuff like that. So I need to get as much done ahead of time as I can. Right, so we're gonna get it, or am I gonna have to reload again? I'm probably gonna have to reload, aren't I? Let's be honest, I'm gonna have to reload. Come on. Am I gonna get it? Am I gonna get it? Am I gonna get it? No, we're gonna have to reload. Right, close you, reopen. Ugh. But yeah, so that's why it's actually one public release a week at the minute. Obviously, if I can get a boatload done on these few days, then we can go back to the 2 a week. You know, it just depends on how much I get done. But at the very least, there is going to be 1 a week. You know, I am going to make sure that we're going to at least get 4 done this week for sure. Like that is hands down the plan. Which does obviously mean like the regular weekly release will, you know, sort of fall a bit behind from where I'm actually recording, but that will eventually catch up. Because you gotta think, like all of September, I'm not actually going to play FF10 probably. I say probably just because obviously I have no idea how long I'm gonna spend on Borderlands content, or like if I finish MGS entirely way before Borderlands releases, because obviously Borderlands releases on September 12th. So it's kind of up in the air sort of what is going to happen with that. But yeah, so my general goal is I want to get a huge amount done now while I can, obviously, because now I'm finally starting to get more and more time again. Obviously, Gem's moved in now. There's still a few bits I need to do around the house, like lots of spring cleaning, if you will. Like I need to sort this room, the office out. I need to sort the shelves out. I need to take a bunch of stuff down to the garage. I need to sort the garage because the garage is like an absolute tip right now. And I also kind of need to move my clothes from the office to the bedroom, which I still haven't done. So yeah, there's still a lot to do on that one. But we will get there, okay? We will definitely get there eventually. It's just a time thing, you know, it's just a time thing. But at least right now, content-wise, I do have a bit more time, which is just phenomenally amazing for me. I've got time off booked in, ready for September for, you know, Borderlands 4. So that's going to be a great one as well, because obviously I don't think I'm going to need all the time for Borderlands 4, right? Because all the content I'm going to try and get done, obviously ASAP, because that's the best time to release content. So I'm going to try and get all that done ASAP. That releases on the 12th. I have like 2 weeks booked off in September. But obviously, for me, if I use 4 days holiday, I actually get like 12 days off. I know it sounds weird, right? But with being 4 on, 4 off, I have my 4 regular days off. Then I have my 4 work shifts, which I've booked off. And then I would have my 4 regular days off again, right? So it's like I use 4 days holiday, I get 12 days off. It's amazing. I've booked 8 days off, which means I essentially get like 24 days off. It is crazy good. Am I going to need that much for Borderlands 4? No. Definitely not. But on the bright side, it does mean once Borderlands is finished, I can come back and do more of this. Yeah, I think right now, the general idea is obviously this isn't you know, a set in stone thing, because RNG is going to play a huge part in this, right? I could be done with this challenge this week. You know what I mean? I could be done with this challenge this week. If I get absolute insane god tier RNG, we could 100% be done with this challenge this week. But I'm going to be very realistic, right? And I'm kind of hoping that by the end of the year we're going to be done with this. I'm kind of hoping, you know, that's sort of the goal in a sense, right? Because realistically, we don't actually have a lot to do. We don't need to do the capturing anymore, which is obviously amazing. We just need a confuse-proof armor from Floating Death, and then we can just go and infinitely farm Fenrir. We need 3 things from Fenrir. We need a zombie strike weapon for Auron. We need as many stone-proof armors as we can get, ideally 1 for everybody. And then we need like 15 dark matters. That is like all we need. And then at that point, we just need to farm Greater Sphere for a Phoenix Bracer. So that's Auto Phoenix for Auron. That's all we need. Once we get those few things, right, we can then go inside Sin. We can go fight Seymour in there, and then we can just go straight to BFA. Obviously, BFA is going to be the largest problem this run, right? Roscoe's Final Aeon is so random. We will either get it first go, or it will take us 6 months. Like, there's not really much else to say about that. It's pure RNG at that point. It's pure RNG. There's not a whole lot of reacting to things in the BFA fight. It is essentially just pure luck, basically. So we do need to, you know, sort of hope for good RNG there. But I'm not too worried about it, because RNG is a time thing. You know, there's no super difficulty involved in BFA. It is RNG. So it's just going to take attempts. It's going to take time and attempts, but we will eventually get it. It's kind of where we're at right now. There's, realistically speaking, not much difficulty left. Off the top of my head that I can think of anyway, there's not much difficulty left. There's not a lot of farming left. Seymour can be a bit RNG. Obviously, he has the ultimate counter and stuff like that. So Seymour can be a little iffy. But ultimately, yeah, we don't have much to really do now. It all comes down to how lucky we get with the drops and with the items. As long as we can get a nice bit of luck, we're kind of golden, you know. All we just need is that one little bit of luck, and that will push us through to the next step. Does that mean I am going to get lucky? Oh god, no. Does it boot? Like, there is absolutely 0 chance that is what that means. Oh man. But yeah, we're gonna see. It's like we're still gonna push through for it though. So obviously, yes, the next few videos are going to be grinding here, grinding Fenrir, grinding Greater Sphere Morph. That is kind of how the next few are going to go. So you are going to hear me rambling. You are going to hear me rambling about everyday things. You're going to hear me rambling about Expedition. You're going to hear me rambling about the game. It's what I do, you know, and there might be some sneaky little announcements thrown in, you know, just for you guys, those people who love me enough to watch even the grinds. As a little reward for you guys, you're gonna get some sneaky announcements here and there. I do actually already have a few planned out, but there's There's no ETA on when they're going to be. Might be one a video, might have 2 videos with none, might have 3 videos in a row with them. You know, you never know. I'm gonna keep you guys on your toes because I have to keep you watching after all. Oh man, but yeah, there's some good stuff coming, guys. There's some good stuff coming. Let's put it that way. And obviously there's tactics as well, which is going to be good. That's going to open up a few more doors as well. I've never fully played tactics. I played it once, which we were doing on stream. I never completed the game. I think I quit once I got to like the end of chapter 1. I don't think I finished the first chapter. I don't know. I'm sure a few people will comment down below who actually watch those streams, and they would be able to tell you exactly where I quit. I know I was still semi-early in the game, though. Luckily enough, I've been doing a lot of research. Like, I kid you not, I literally spent the last 4 days at work looking tactics up and just learning everything about the game. And not in terms of the story or anything like that. Like, we're still going to do that fresh when Ivalice Chronicles releases. I'm talking grinding, equipment drops, equipment locations, class specifics, stat formulas, like everything. I literally spent over 40 hours doing homework this week on tactics. So I'm pretty much good to go. And all of my research is obviously going to get correlated into like 5 guides for you guys. Like 5 really quick 4 to 5 minute guides, so you guys don't have to do all the legwork. You just come in, you learn the steps that you need, and off you go to the races. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. That's why I'm not too worried about tactics. Obviously, when I was talking earlier about everything coming up like MGS, Borderlands, and tactics, I didn't really talk much about tactics, did I? And that is the reason. I'm not too worried about that. I've already started planning my content. I'm going to start making thumbnails soon. I don't know when I'm going to do that specifically, but I am going to start making thumbnails for that soon. Just so that obviously once the game is released, we're gonna just basically be able to jump into it. And why is the house phone ringing? Who is it? Random mobile number. So that is going to be just some scam call probably. So we're gonna ignore that. We're going to totally ignore that. You know, it's been a while since we had that during a video, hasn't it? I know some OG watchers will definitely remember where we used to. I kid you not, right? I don't know how they did it because they timed it so perfectly every single goddamn time. I could not go a single video without at least one scam call. I could not go a single video without at least one scam call. It was every single time, right, that I just kept getting scam calls. And I've no idea why. I've literally no idea why. It just kept on happening. But then it sort of died down, right? Like it sort of died down. We don't really get it too often anymore, which is, you know, obviously super amazingly great for me. Come on, Waka, land the hit, land the hit. Yeah, even if Riku dies, we do still have a chance of winning this fight because obviously Waka does have a Stone Strike weapon. Unfortunately, 2 misses in a row though makes that a no-go, sadly. Kind of sucks, but you know, sometimes it's just the way things go for us, isn't it? And I'm nearly out of petrify grenades again, though. We're really not having much luck, are we, with the drops? You know what? We're gonna mix this up. We're gonna mix this up. Where's my dream curtains? Because I'm pretty sure I can put them to sleep. Dream powder. Let's put them to sleep and use poison. Let's try that. Poison fang. Just see if maybe, you know, we can mix things up a little with damage instead of just instantly petrifying. Honestly, it's probably not going to make any difference whatsoever. I just want to mix things up, you know, see what happens. Maybe we can get something, maybe we can't. After this, we'll just go straight back to using petrify again. Oh, so many turns. Now, how many more ticks do we need? It's either going to be 1 or 2 more. There we go, he's dead. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on. Ugh, still nothing. I never actually looked up, did I, the drop rate for this. I know, I'm pretty sure in the last one I did say I was going to look up the drop rates just to see where we were at with them. Dude, really? Twice in a row? Just AoE me. AoE me. Ugh. I mean, Tidus does have a stone touch weapon. We landed the hit, we just didn't get the stone. Well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Ugh. We will eventually get there, though. We will eventually get there. As I say, it's just... Oh, excuse me. Dude, I am tired. Like, I am tired. Going from night shifts to suddenly getting up early in the morning sucks, dude. It sucks. But unfortunately, I had to be up early this morning, so I could not just stay in bed till 4 p.m. It's what it is, though. It's what it is. And have we even had a single equipment drop since we last reset? I don't actually know if we have or not. I mean, we've used another 27 petrified grenades on top of the 47 the first run, so that's what, 68. We got a stone strike kill with Walker, and we got a poison kill. Dude, I've done 70 kills. I've done 70 kills so far this video, and we've had 1 armor. And the 1 armor was for Yuna. It is completely pointless to us, unfortunately. Well, I suppose technically 71 now. And now this one makes 72. Come on, just give me an armor. Give me an armor, please, please, please. Dude, what kind of drop rate are we working with here? Like, this is actually getting kind of crazy, man. Like, for real, this is actually getting kind of crazy. Come on, you've got to give it us this time, right? You've got to give it us this time. Nope. Okay. I know I usually have bad RNG, but Jesus, man, this is honestly kind of scary bad. We were actually talking about something like this last night, right, on stream. We were talking about, you know, RNG and chances and just in general. Like, have you guys ever noticed that you only ever get like horrendously bad RNG, kind of like this, yeah? You could have things happen to you in games that are so unlucky that it's just like 1,000,000 to 1, 10 million to 1, and things like that. You know what I mean? But you never get the good things with that kind of luck, do you? It's like you never just go out and randomly win the lottery. You know what I mean? Oh, because we were talking about, I can't remember how the conversation was actually initially brought up, right? I honestly can't remember how the conversation initially came up, but we ended up getting onto the lottery subject. You know, obviously me being from the UK, we don't pay lottery, like we don't pay tax on lottery winnings. So whatever the prize is exactly what we get essentially. We were talking about how the Euro Millions at the minute for the UK and the rest of Europe and whatnot. We were talking about how that tonight, like as I'm recording this video, so today, tonight the prize for the Euro Millions is £210 million, which in USD is about 284 million. And we were just talking about like what kind of money is that, like what can you do with that money and that. And one of the first things I said was like, dude, I'll just give like a bunch of viewers like cars and houses, you know what I mean? And then a few people were like, dude, you can't do that, you'll go skint instantly, like almost all lottery winners like go bankrupt, you know, stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. With 210 million, the interest alone, even if you don't invest it, right? Even if you don't invest it, the interest alone on that kind of money will be like 100 grand a month. You know what I mean? Because you got to think, let's say it's 1% interest a year. 1% interest a year is still 2.1 million a year. So that's like that's nearly 200 grand a month interest. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you could definitely afford to give away a car on that kind of money. You know what I mean? And then we had a few people like, oh, would I quit content creation if I won that kind of money? The easy answer is hell no. I would actually do more content creation. Because you gotta think, right? Like, with that kind of money, content creation doesn't become about it being a job. Yeah, like it just doesn't, it completely loses that aspect. You don't do it for the money once you have that kind of cash flow. So I'd probably just buy like a giant warehouse, hire a bunch of staff, and then I'd be able to make just so much more varied content. And then it can go back to the way it was like 5 or 6 years ago. You know, we can go back to like that of just doing whatever the hell we want to do. We won't need to care if a video gets demonetized. We won't need to care if it gets copywritten or anything like that. We can just have fun with videos. We can really do some proper out there stuff. Obviously, that's the plan with Ko-Fi at the minute. You know, that's what Ko-Fi is there for. It's there to eventually like help me move away from worrying about ads and AdSense and stuff, just so we don't have to worry about copyrights. And that's why you don't see any FF13 videos. If you don't know, FF13, basically every single goddamn cutscene and like 90% of the music in the game is copywritten on YouTube. So there's no point me making FF13 content, because obviously there is zero income from that. And at that point, I can't do it, you know? I just cannot afford to use that time and sort of not earn from it, if that makes sense. It sucks, don't get me wrong, it full on sucks, because I actually like the 13 series. Okay, yes, some people don't, but I do. And it's one of those series where, because all 3 games in the series are so different to each other, it actually has so many challenge possibilities. It is unreal, but I can't do anything with them, you know? It sucks. It really does suck. So having the financial freedom, if you were, to just completely ignore that and do whatever I want, yeah, that would be amazing. That would literally be amazing. So I'm gonna pass the question off to you guys. All right, I'm gonna pass the question off to you guys. If you are from the UK or you're from Europe, obviously you know how much you would get from the Euro Millions. If you were from the US, let's just say you had 284 million US dollars, right? I want you to list 5 things that you would do with that money. Okay, list 5 things that you would do with that money. But you are not allowed to say pay off debt and pay off family debt, because let's be honest, that is a given. Okay, that is 100% a given. But I also want you to list it in the order of things that you would do it with. You know, so like number 1, for example, would be a house. You know, like if you win that kind of money, I imagine the first thing you do would be buy a house. Yeah, or it would be buy a new car. It would probably be one of those two. Yes, most people may or may not quit their jobs. I would quit my full-time job, but obviously I'd still do YouTube. I'm trying to think, like, what would I do personally? I think obviously, you know, quit the job, pay everyone's debt off as mentioned. I think I would probably buy like a great big, I'd probably buy like a great big area of land. Yeah, like a very decent sized amount of land, and I would actually have a couple of houses built there. You know, like a couple of really decently sized, built to spec houses, you know, designed the way I want. You know, like that would be amazing for sure. And then we'd obviously have houses next to it, like for, you know, like family members and that, so the whole family can sort of live next to each other. Nice big houses, all paid off. You know, that would probably be the first thing. Obviously it'd take a couple of years, so I'd probably just buy another house to live in the meantime. You know, so that would probably be the first thing. Then I would probably upgrade my car, because I hate my car. I really hate my car. If you don't know, I drive in a Mazda MX-30. They don't make that car now because it is so goddamn awful. Right, we need to restart again. But yeah, that car has only been a thing for like 2-3 years, and they don't make them anymore because they are so goddamn bad. Nobody has been buying them, other than me, because I'm an idiot. So I would definitely buy new cars for, you know, like me, Jam, stuff like that. And then I think I would just do like a massive giveaway. I would do something really crazy. I'd probably set aside like a budget of maybe like 3 million or something like that. Because you got to think, even if I built a house, yeah, even if I built a house, bought new cars for everyone and stuff like that, what's that going to cost? Like 15 million, 20 million? That's a huge amount of money, but that still leaves 190 million. You know, that still leaves 190 million. So I'd probably set aside like 3 million, right? And over the course of a year, I would probably spend that 3 million on viewers. Just randomly like giving away holidays, cars, houses, you know, all stuff like that. And that 3 million I would probably put into like its own little bank account, because then while I'm spending it, it's still making interest. Yeah, it's still earning interest, which means that 3 million over the year would probably turn into like 3.2, 3.3 million or something, you know? So it would still add up to even more money. And then the rest I would probably just invest. That would probably be my go-to. Because you got to think that kind of money isn't life-changing. That kind of money is generational wealth, you know? As long as you don't go to Vegas and spend it all on hookers, coke, and gambling, you're pretty much set for life. As long as you do a little bit of investing and be smart with it at first, you are set for life. Your kids are set for life. Your family's set for life. It is not only life-changing money, it is generational changing money. So I think that'd probably be my go-to, you know? I just don't know how life would be at that point though. Because you got to think, like, imagine how stress-free you would be. Like if you are so stress-free, you never have to worry about money ever again. If you want a new house, you go buy a new house. If you want a car, you go buy a brand new car right there and then in cash. You know what I mean? That kind of ability, I should say, would probably mentally change you as a person, right? Like it would be so stress-free. You would never have to worry about work. If you got up one morning, let's say you kept your job just for sanity's sake to give you something to do in that. If you woke up one morning and you were just like, you know what, I don't want to go to work today. You could do that. You wouldn't need to worry about missing out on wages to pay bills and stuff like that. You could literally do whatever you wanted to do. And that is a concept. Like just as a concept is crazy. You know, it's absolutely, oh, excuse me, Jesus, I don't know where that came from. Yeah, as a whole concept, it's crazy. I feel like in general, your health would massively improve, right? Because I think as people, we are more stressed out than we realize, you know, just because of everything that needs to be done. And also with that kind of money, you can hire help. You could hire private chefs. You could hire cleaners. You could hire gardeners, landscapers. You could just outsource all of your miscellaneous annoying tasks. You know what I mean? So you would be stress-free. You could do quite literally whatever you want, provided it's legal, of course. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how life would be like at that point. It would be interesting, though. I would be really, you know, I would actually be really curious to see if maybe there's ever been any research done on, like, people who've won the lottery and that in terms of their health. Both mental health and in terms of physical health. So obviously, yeah, some people have like spent it all, gone into debt and stuff like that because they just couldn't control themselves and they didn't invest it and stuff like that. So I know mentally those guys, yeah, they had a bit of trouble. You know, they had a bit of trouble. But I'm talking about those who didn't blow it all on hookers and blow. You know, I'm talking about them. I would be really interested to see what actually happened to those physically and mentally health-wise. Because to me, I don't know, like it's like an interesting thought process, right? Because if you've got that kind of money, you have no stress, you have no worries, at least financially, which realistically in today's age especially is probably the biggest contributor of stress, right? It's like bills, cost of living, not being able to really go and relax because everything costs so much now. So I would be really, really interested to see what that actual breakdown is and how it actually looks. Because I feel something like that, I mean, straight off the bat, you'd obviously be able to afford all the best medical care in the world, right? So if ever something does happen, you can get literally the best help in the world with that kind of money. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. And it's a Tard, which is Riku anyway, isn't it? What is it? It's only MP anyway. It's only MP. Have I had anything that I just didn't realize? Like, I know we've reset. But it's worth just looking, isn't it? Wait, what's Soul? Deathward. Never mind. Yeah, we don't have it. We don't have it. Ugh. Maybe this is like a sign. Maybe with this kind of bad RNG, maybe I'm looking at actually winning the lottery tonight. Never gonna happen though, is it? Like, it's 100% never gonna happen. Oh, man. Holy shit. Holy shit. Dude. I think we just got it. I think we just got it. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes, we got it. There's the evade and counter weapon as well. Oh my god. Dude, we finally have it. We finally have it. Oh my god, yes, right. Do I have a first strike weapon with Riku? I have an initiative, but I don't think I have first strike. No, I don't have first strike. Let me put initiative on. Don't know if SOS Haste will be enough to give me a first turn against Fenrir. I might have to put Tidus in and swap Riku out, maybe. I don't know, but I do need Orinin. So this is going to be the party we're going to use for Fenrir farming, and there's a reason for this. So first of all, we need Riku for obviously using items, because that's how we're going to kill Fenrir. Obviously, it is a monster arena creation. It's super strong. Orin is the one that I want the most drops with. We need Stoneproof for him. We need Zombie Strike for him. And then we just need Stoneproof for a bunch of other characters as well. And then Kimari is going to be my invincible character. I should really save, actually, shouldn't I? Kimari is going to be my invincible character, because now with Confuse Proof and with Evade and Counter, we literally cannot die to Fenrir. We just need to get him down to 1 health. So we can finally start progressing. It's just really annoying, though, that actually dropped when I said, oh, maybe I'm going to win the lottery tonight. I don't know if that's a bad sign or if that's a good sign. Is that a good omen or a bad omen? I don't know. Right, guys, we are like 53 minutes into the video. I would do a Fenrir kill right now, but I don't know how long that is actually going to take, unfortunately. So we're going to start the next video off with a Fenrir kill, or at least a Fenrir fight. I don't know. We're going to have to sort of see how that fight actually goes. But I want to thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Please feel free to smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe if you are new here. And of course, if you want easy early access to all of these videos ad-free before anybody else, then consider checking out Ko-Fi or YouTube memberships, both of which help me out tremendously. So of course, a big thank you if you do decide to take a look at them. And of course, there is tons and tons of benefits for you as well in doing so. Until next time though, everybody, thank you for watching, and I shall see you later.